Hey y'all, Ms. B, and I have not done a hot topics in a while because of the Diddy, and I'm over that at this point. Glad that's about to wrap up, but I wanted to get on here and talk about Tyler Perry. I talked about Tyler Perry in a short that I did when the news first broke about this huge lawsuit by the guy. His last name is Dixon. And I actually read all of the lawsuit. I will say, reading the lawsuit and seeing the timeline, to me, I have mixed emotions. First of all, some of the text messages that were released seem to be chopped up. Like, you know how when someone is to show you a thread, but they only want to show you their part of the thread and not the whole entire message? So I was like, well, let me read the whole lawsuit. So it seems like over the period of time, Tyler Perry was mentoring him, trying to get him this movie deal. And, I will say Tyler Perry was being unprofessional by sending him some messages or whatever. But to me, it seemed like the guy got a very good end of the stick. When I say that is, he got his position on the Oval with no acting. Tyler Perry had met him at an event or whatever. He had no acting experience. He also seems to be struggling with his sexuality. And for a long time, people wanted to, say Tyler Perry is gay, Tyler Perry is not gay. I don't care either way. Whatever you do in your bedroom is your business. When I was reading it though, it was like, Tyler would say something, he would reply. It was like a back and forth where I guess Tyler wasn't really reading the room, that this boy or this man didn't really like him like that. But at the same time, the boy was still engaging with Tyler Perry. And he was also talking about his therapy sessions and talking about his weight. And Tyler also gave him a raise and was like, hey, don't let everybody know. They all say this is coercion for him to keep his job because his character might kill off on the Oval. I don't watch the Oval. I had to ask my mom, who is this man? Because I don't know him. I don't watch the Oval. It was a lot of text messages and back and forth, and he said this. The most salacious stuff that I read in the lawsuit were those text messages. And then I was thinking too, in this climate where everybody's suing everybody, how do we know these text messages are true? Now, granted, if Tyler did that, he's wrong. You cannot use your leverage and your power as someone's boss to get your, pleasures or whatever. But I just hate to think that Tyler Perry, coming from the mud, working his way up through the chicken circuit of all these Madea movies, all these things that he's done for the community. I mean, as far as like, if you want to say Diddy and Tyler, Diddy, we've been knowing as a menace. He steals from his artists. He allegedly did his crazy stuff to people. We only hear about positive things about Tyler Perry. Him, when he built his studio, it was like in an area where I guess it was a predominantly area where a lot of lower income Black people lived, and him building that studio would raise their property taxes. He paid it all off. We also hear about him buying people cars. He bought Tiffany Haddish a car. I remember one time when he bought all these people that couldn't afford their Christmas gifts. Like he called Walmart and was like, I'm buying everybody that has their gifts on layaway. This was a while ago. Layaway or whatever, I'm paying for it. He didn't want nobody to know who he was. I would say he's done a lot for the community. Everybody can tell you, all the actors, Taraji, everybody would say the most money I ever made was working with Tyler Perry. Also, I find it like kind of ironic, like after he got on the BET Awards stage and said, I've made more millionaires with his studio than this whole entire town, that town being LA, Hollywood alone, then this comes out, I find it kind of sus. Now, Tyler Perry has said, this is his lawyer has come out and say, this is somebody we mentored. He was mentoring him. And through the message, you can see that he was mentoring him. He was mentoring Tyler Perry. He was trying to get him, I guess, to battle with his inner demons or confusion that he was having or whatever. To me, it just sounds like Tyler Perry was probably attracted to the guy, but the guy was also feeding into it as well. That's what I read out of 46 pages. And then I want to know what the text message was when Tyler said all the most, it's like everybody looks and pinpoints the most salacious things to use as the headline instead of like really doing a deep dive and reading actual factual things. Because when it first posted on the Shade Room, which I'm gonna unfollow the Shade Room. The Shade Room was really iffy, really shady, but they lean more to what I'm not with. But I want to also say we can't lose Tyler Perry, y'all. I mean, if we lose Tyler Perry, there are so many people that are going to be out of work. Tyler Perry has such a huge influence on not just his shows, his plays, his Netflix. I mean, him being at Netflix, BT. Like, we cannot lose Tyler Perry. We can't. Not to say because you become a billionaire, you can do it, move your weight around, do whatever you want to. But I'm just saying, I see Tyler over the years move and help people in such a good way that I don't want to believe it. And for now, I'm not going to believe it. I remember when Whitney Houston passed away and Tyler Perry used his personal jet to fly her body back to her family in New Jersey. Like, these are the things that we hear about Tyler Perry. And yes, some people might say, oh, that was just to cover up his deviancy or his things. I don't think that. I think that he know how it was to struggle. If you watch his documentary, he came from nothing. He had no money. He came and he has done a lot to help people that are unfortunate. And usually a lot of these billionaires, they get rich and they be like, whatever, I'm rich, y'all down here, I'm up here, I'm not helping anymore. He don't have to help anybody. He didn't have to mentor that boy. He didn't have to give him no job at the Oval. I think he first started on Ruthless. I don't watch any of those shows. That's not my brand of TV. But I would just say right now, we can't afford to lose Tyler Perry. I do see some inappropriate text messages. Like, you should not be texting your employees that you horny. You should not be texting your employees, or, you know, thick. But to me, it was just like, maybe Tyler wasn't reading the room really well. I'm not sure. We shall find out. I don't put Tyler Perry in the same bucket. I think that guy listed in his lawsuit as R. Kelly, P. Diddy, Weinstein. I don't put Tyler Perry in that bucket at all. And I will say, we can't lose. We can't lose Tyler Perry. They go to entertainment industry right there. And not just, when we just think for black people, for a lot of people. Like, this man has an entire studio. He has so many deals. Like, we cannot lose. I hope when all this comes out, I hope it's just someone just trying to get another come up. It seems like everybody's throwing out these big lawsuits with these astronomical numbers lately. To me, it seems like somewhere in the billionaires club, they're like targeting people, and then as these salacious headlines come out, little breadcrumbs start to drop here and there, and it's like, what is this all about? Like, what are we missing? But anyway, I just want to go in quickly because I did a short on Tyler Perry. I read the actual legal documents because I was like, when I was reading the text messages that was posted, I'm like, some stuff is cut off. Like, you can see a conversation in beginning and ending. I read the whole conversation. And the only time throughout the lawsuit where the guy would actually input actual footage of text messages with Tyler Perry are the ones we already saw on the internet. But the salaciousness, him saying, oh, I want my birthday to have BJs and biscuits. Where's those text messages at? Dixon. Where is that? Okay. So I'm just saying, y'all, we can't lose Tyler Perry. Like, we can't afford to. And I just feel like Tyler Perry wasn't reading the room, and this dude just collected a lot of receipts on him to come back with him 5 years later, because honestly, they met each other in 2020 to come back with him with a lawsuit. And I feel like if it was some there, Tyler Perry would have he has enough influence to like not let it play out in the media and tarnish his name and his brand. So we will see what happens with Tyler Perry. The next hot topics I want to talk about is Arie. I have been listening to Arie since I was in high school. I'm Ready for Love, everything. All of her songs were doing that neo soul era. But on Father's Day, her mom posted this video recording telling us that Arie was abused by her father and her at a young age, and that now she's releasing who he is, what he's been doing, and why sometimes we see Arie a little off. I would say one of the songs that she mentioned that was about her father being abusing her was called Get It Together. And it says, one shot to your heart without breaking your skin. No one has the power to hurt you like your kin. Kept it inside, then tell no one else. Didn't even want to admit it to myself. I absolutely love that song. That song actually played in the movie Brown Sugar. I had no idea that she was talking about her daddy. I feel that it's so many people that have been abused and hurt by family members, by your father. Anybody is insane. Something's wrong with you. But to know that Arie, all these years, I am ready for love. Why are you hiding from me? A lot of her music was about hurt and her not being well and her dealing with these issues with her daddy. And for her mom to be, call the daddy out on Father's Day and put this audio out and let us know behind the scenes how India has been dealing with this mentally and holding it in the best way she can for many years was very, very, very sad. I love Arie as an artist. I think she's a phenomenal writer. I love her songs. But to know like the meaning behind some of the deeply personal songs was this thing that she was holding inside. So I commend Arie and her mom for coming out and claiming their voice. But it was really, really sad to hear that she has been suffering from this song, because I've been listening to Arie since I was in high school. Like, everybody used to have Ready for Love as their dang wedding song. Like, everybody from mid 2000s played Ready for Love at their wedding. So I'm like, oh my God, like these songs were not just about a relationship with another person. It was about what her feelings were inside that she was holding in. So sending love and light and healing to Arie, and I'm glad she's like owning her, her trauma and getting through her healing journey. And then her mom came out and spoke on her behalf. Next thing I want to talk about in hot topics, Real Housewives of Atlanta. So this whole, and I'm almost about to stop recapping Housewives of Atlanta because I think everybody's kind of over this season. And what I kept seeing a lot of articles going around saying that Britt Eady's lawsuit is having the Bravo execs, NBC Universal execs want to completely cancel the franchise. I wouldn't say, I don't know this to be true. You don't know the truth until you hear Andy say it. This is Andy's baby. The Housewives franchise is Andy's baby. I will say, if that girl was asking for those pictures and I am not no Britt Eady stan. Oh baby, no. Look at my other videos. How much I cannot stand Britt Eady. If she was asking for those pictures that Kenya allegedly had of her and that Bravo did not get them, or the producers did not show them to her until now, that's a major problem. I feel like Britt Eady was a fan. They didn't vet her well. And she comes across as someone who is just a very unlikable person. And I just really don't like her. I did not think she was a great new cast, a newbie. Everybody always say, oh, we want the old cast back. We want the old cast. The old cast has evolved as well. I did see Angela and Nene dancing to the club last night. Does that mean something? Everybody keeps saying bring Nene back, bring Sheree back, bring Candy back, bring all the old housewives back. But will that make the show better again? Because the audience for the Real Housewives of Atlanta has evolved. This show came out in 2009 when my daughter was just born. She's 16 now, hence the Sweet 16 season. The show has to evolve with the audience. The audience is not enjoying the season. The show is not, the audience is not enjoying the show anymore. When I do my recaps on Sunday, like when I did this Sunday, I rushed through it because I was like, whatever, I don't care. Because I'm not entertained. And then Phaedra being so mean and these little one-liners that she think are landing, they're not landing. Shamia, begging behind Portia and wanting her friendship so bad, tired of it. Portia, now that she's divorced, did y'all hear that? She's divorced and she was paying Simon's child support. And now he got to pay her all his money up. She won her divorce, prenup thing. The judge upheld it. But I just want Bravo. I don't want the show to be put on pause because I like Atlanta. It's so much, like them little AR babies they be having on Instagram is so funny. I miss that moment, but I need Bravo to no, their audience that they are appealing to, I think is the younger generation, is not interested in Real Housewives of Atlanta. Honestly, my age group is not interested in Housewives of Atlanta. We got can't speak, real major life things going on. And nobody really cares about this little tit for tat, Drew this, and oh God, get Ralph off the internet. Somebody take his phone, please. Nurse, he's out again. Get him out. Get him away. Drew, that's your fault for bringing this crazy man around us. But anyway, I don't want Real Housewives to be canceled. And I don't think Brie Edie has enough power to bring down a whole franchise. But Bravo does have a lot of lawsuits. Leah McSweeney has one. A couple of other people have one. They have a lot of lawsuits, and it's all around the Housewives franchise. So this should be interesting to see if these rumors are true, that the entire franchise or just Atlanta will be canceled indefinitely because of this Brit Edie lawsuit. And then, girl, do you think that's a flex? Because you're never gonna work again. You're never gonna work again. Did you get your insurance license renewed? You never gonna work again. I didn't like her from the episode 1 when she was harassing Kenya about a hug. No, when Kenya asked her if she was engaged or married, and she was harassing Kenya about a hug. I didn't like her when she kept saying, "Hey, Kenya didn't hug me." I didn't like the whole guns and pistol. Guns and pistols, same thing, and whips and chains, and how it was handled. I didn't like what Kenya did either. But now Britt said that's not her in the pictures. So what is it? Who is this hoe? Who is this hoe? And then lastly on my hot topics, I don't usually like to get political on here, because I like to keep it light and fun. And usually sometimes I go to people content for political things, but I stay as far away from politics as I can because there's nothing I can do about it. I can't change it. I can't do nothing about it. I can just sit here, pray, and live my life as happy as I can as long as God has me on this earth. But it's getting really hot with this Iran-Israel thing. Hot, like scary, World War III, scary hot. And like I said, I usually stray away, and I wouldn't make this a part of my hot topics. But I was following a couple media outlets. I was reading a couple articles. Reading is where you should really get your information from. That's when you find out the true tea. Because I feel like the news sways one way. One segment sways this way. Another sways this way. You got to really read what's going on. And it seems like Israel is just popping their shit to all the, starting these things where America has the step in and protect them. And then they were talking about how we don't hear that much about Gaza anymore, and the Gaza Strip, and how the people, they're basically starving them out. It's like genocide essentially. And how, you know, they're so hungry for food, but when they would go to the aid places to get food, they would unalive them. So I really don't like to talk about politics too long. It really stresses me out. It messes with my mental health. And that's why I stay in more of the pop culture lane. But it's getting hot in these streets with this Iran, Israel, and Russia got their back. China. It's like the whole world don't like America right now. So anyway, that was my quick hot topics. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And give me your thoughts. Tyler Perry, India Arie. I'm actually gonna go listen to Get It Together. What else I talked about? Real Housewives of Atlanta possibly being canceled forever because of the dumbass Brit Edie, and also an impending war. Anyway, this is Miss B, y'all. Please like, just hit it. Just hit it. It's free. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. I'm not none of these YouTubers that be out here begging, cash out me, Zelle me. But come on, member. I'm just a little YouTuber trying to make her little mark in the world. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to y'all next time. This was my little hot topics. Bye.